I know I'm sure before you even clicked on this video, you were probably thinking, this isn't made for you. It was made for little girls. Well, before you get your Muslim panties in a bind, let me tell you why that argument is retarded. First, just because it's made for a specific audience doesn't mean it gets a pass if it's crap. There's plenty of Pixar movies made for kids, and yet they're good movies that their parents enjoy watching too. Second, isn't it convenient that whenever anything that sucks gets released nowadays, everyone who worked on it just says, well, it's not made for you? Almost like it's the go-to way of alleviating yourself of any responsibility, enabling you to continue to make crap without any accountability. And thirdly, shut up. So what did I think about the first episode of Ms.Marvel? Well, it sucked. I rank movies and shows on a 1 to 5 scale. 5 is freaking awesome. A 4 is pretty good. 3 is not complete crap. A 2 is retarded. And a 1 means it sucked hard. Even though the first episode sucked, it didn't quite earn the sucking hard 1 out of 5 score, so I'm going to give it a 2. It was retarded. This whole episode reminded me of what it would be like if I spent an hour on TikTok. It was filled with pretty colors and shapes with music blasting in the background, but there was no actual real content. I mean, nothing happened. It felt like quickly pouring a Coke in a glass all the way full, only to slowly watch the fizz die down and realize there's hardly any of the actual Coke in there at all. Disney loves casting minorities and children so that they can later use them as shields when their product falls flat. I don't buy into that game and I have no problem criticizing them, but as far as this episode goes, Iman Vellani, the girl who played Kamala Khan, yeah, she was fine. I mean, she was way better than that plank of wood in Doctor Strange 2, but it's not like she was really given anything to work with here. The other actors were okay, I guess, and the CGI did look pretty crappy, but it was barely used. No villain, open and shut plot, generic characters, tons of dialogue spread out the entire episode that could have been cut down to 5 minutes. I mean, the only thing we know is how Kamala Khan gets her powers, and that her mom's a bitch. Speaking of her powers, I know a lot of superheroes accidentally get gifted their abilities, but I mean, finding a bracelet in a box is the best you could come up with. I mean, that's all you got? She finds a bracelet and now she's Green Lantern? Okay. There was one scene where they were at this Avengers con, kind of like Comic-Con but focused around the Avengers, and Kamala Khan accidentally uses her powers. She knocks off the head of a giant Ant-Man statue, and this damn thing basically has a mind of its own. It plows through the event for like 5 minutes, wrecking everything in sight until it knocks down a giant Thor hammer from the ceiling. When this happens, Kamala sees it swinging down toward her and this other girl from their school, and instead of saving her, she just jumps out of the way and allows the other girl to get hit by it. When I saw this, there was a microsecond I thought the other girl had been killed. I mean, this hammer was held up by steel wire, but it turns out she's fine and Kamala catches her before she hits the ground. Wouldn't it have been cool for her to actually die? I mean, think about it. After creating such a nice, lighthearted intro, and then going into a dark 180 where the main protagonist caused an innocent's death and learns the value of responsibility of having superpowers, would have been a pretty creative writing choice, right? But no, can't have our brown girl from Jersey looking bad in episode 1 now, can we?
And let's be honest, it's not really the brown girls from Jersey City who saved the world.
The overall episode was slightly woke with that dumb line from the trailers, as well as a few pride flags scattered throughout, but they didn't go full retard, at least not in this first episode. Overall, it was pretty meh, and that's the problem. The best episodes in a TV show should be the first and last ones, because they're the most crucial. The first one should grab your interest and make you want to see where the show is going, while the last one should leave you breathless and on the edge of your seat for the next season. If anything, this first episode was a turnoff and left me wondering why I would want to watch any of the other ones. In order to make a workaround for their crappy content, Disney normally releases the first 2 or even 3 episodes of a season, but they didn't do that here, telling me that even they don't believe in this, begging the question, why should anyone else? We'll see how it goes, I guess. The show could even turn out to be decent, but I'm definitely not holding my breath. Anyways guys, thanks so much for watching. If you did like the vid, please hit the like button and subscribe unless you're a God bless and have a great freaking day.